Welcome to Classic Game Room, where I have another fighting game that features Marvel Superheroes versus Street Fighter. This is Marvel Superheroes versus Street Fighter on the Sega Saturn with Q Sound. I vaguely remember Q Sound from back in the day. It's one of those 1990s things where they were trying to get surround sound or directional effects out of stereophonic speakers. I think Janet Jackson was using it, and apparently so was Capcom in this amazing 1997 arcade game, a 1998 release for the Japanese Sega Saturn, which is the version I'm playing here. In fact, saying this game is anything but incredible is an understatement. It just has that perfect balance between the older Capcom fighting games like Street Fighter II or Marvel Superheroes and the newer, crazier ones like Marvel vs. Capcom 3. It's somewhere in between basic and just completely ridiculous, and that's where I think Capcom's fighting games are the best. This is, I guess, the spiritual successor or the sequel to X-Men vs. Street Fighter, except there's Marvel superheroes like Spider-Man and Captain America who were not members of the X-Men. Those two would never unionize with those mutant freaks. This is also on the PlayStation and has a Western release, but without a very critical, important character that makes this game something special. This guy named Norimaru, who, according to the internet, is a character owned by a Japanese comedian. I have no idea why he's in this game, but he's like the cherry on top of an already rad sundae. I know what you're thinking. How quickly can I get this game? Well, even though it's a Japanese import, it does play on a Western Sega Saturn with the action replay card. You can watch my review of that thing if you don't know what it is. This is just a kick-ass game. It's like X-Men vs. Street Fighter, but like slightly improved. I think they're pretty similar, but I'm not an expert in this genre like some of you watching. Basically, you should just have it, because it's got this dude who's fighting the Hulk with a purse. I think if the Avengers ever start recruiting again, they should just hit Tony Stark up for a couple of bucks and add Norimaru to the team. I mean, I don't care how cool everyone thinks Iron Man and Thor and the Hulk and Captain America are. None of them do this. If the hyper-strong Miracle Treasure doesn't do it for you, then I don't know what would. I mean, maybe the good fighting in this game, but it's got the hyper-strong Miracle Treasure, which has got to be the best fighting game move ever created. Because of the hyper-strong Miracle Treasure, which is really fun to say, it's easy to overlook all of the other cool things in Marvel Superheroes versus Street Fighter, like the well-designed backgrounds, the great-looking visuals, smooth gameplay, good music, and Q sound! Can you hear it? Can you hear the difference? That was the sound of someone getting their ass kicked by Chun-Li, just to the left of you, but slightly forward. And, no, now she's behind you. Chun-Li is on fire. That's what I call a hot babe. Oh, that one was so bad. Hey, thanks to Frank from San Leandro, California, for sending this game to the show in that giant box filled with Saturn games. And guess what? This is a game that you want to own. If you like any of the Capcom fighting games, especially the Marvel vs. Capcom stuff, I think you'll love this, and it's got Norimaru with the hyper-strong miracle treasure. So once again, a huge thanks to Frank, and a big thanks to all of you for being super dandy. It's Marvel Superheroes versus... You thought I was done. I'm not done, because there's an even better special move in this game. And I'll end on it because nothing can top it. You want this game now.
Ultra Variety Private